Okay, left. Ayan. For E2, anong direction? Nasaan ang test charge for our E2? Nasaan ang test charge? Ang test charge, ang nasaan? Nasaan? Okay, nasa left. Okay, andito siya sa left ni charge. Again, kung nasaan si test charge, yun ang masusunod. Ayan. Okay? O, compute. Okay? Compute for the magnitude. Ano yung gagamitin yung formula doon? E is equal to K times Q divided by R squared. Ano po yung R? Okay, sabi dyan, they are 4 meters apart. Pinaggigitnaan ni test charge. So definitely, this is 2 meters and this is also 2 meters. Okay? So ano yung unang value natin? Okay? Tignan natin. Ang sabi nyo ay negative 449 Newton per coulomb. How about yung ating E sub 2? Okay. 764.15 Newton per coulomb. Okay. So what will we do ngayon? Okay. So before we proceed with adding, okay, we have to know muna, okay, yung magiging sign convention between two charges at kapag ka three charges na. Okay, take note, again, take note, kapag ka two charges, okay, kapag ka positive, hindi porket positive siya ay to the right na. At pagka ito'y negative, ibig sabihin siya ay to the left. Hindi ganon. Pagka two charges. Because, yung positive, katulad niyan, yung charge dito, dalawa lang. Because yung negative, yung positive na yan, kapag ka two charges ang involved, ibig sabihin, yan is nagde-determine lang kung siya ba is attractive or repulsive. So meaning, kung siya ay positive, dito ay repulsive. Okay? At kapag ka siya ay negative, ibig sabihin siya ay attractive. In this case, makikita naman natin na tama naman na siya ay nag-negative. Dahil meron tayong positive test charge, meron tayong negative charge. Positive, negative, it attracts. Okay? Ito sa kabila, of course, ano nakita niyo dyan? Positive, and then positive. So therefore, okay, siya ay, yung positive na yan, hindi ibig sabihin to the right na yan. Again, okay, yan ay repulsive. Okay. O, bakit to the left? Because nasa left side ang ating test charge. Okay. O, next, pagka three charges, so dito na nagmamatter pagka three charges. Take note na kapag siya ay positive, siya ay right. Okay. Pag siya ay negative, siya ay left. Yan ay kapag 3 charges. Okay, let us move on with this one. Okay. Ang direction, okay, ang direction nung ating first charge, E1. Ang direction ng ating test charge is to the what? To the left or right? Left. Sabi nyo, tama ba? Tama ba na to the left? Okay. So meaning, dapat daw, ang sign nun, pagka left ang direction ay negative. So tama ba na negative na yung ating charge? Tama. So, lalagay natin, negative 449. Okay. Next. Lagyan natin ng plus dito. Next, your E2. Your E2 is positive 764. Okay. Ano ang direction ulit ng ating test charge? To the left ulit. To the left, oh. Ibig sabihin, kung to the left, dapat daw siya ay, negative. Okay? Negative, because that's the rule, eh. Okay? So, meaning, ito ay gagawin mong negative. Okay? Newton per coulomb. What will be our answer for this problem? Okay. This is equal to negative 1,213.15 Newton per coulomb. And then again, siya ay negative, so siya ay to the left. Okay, makakonfirm ba natin kung tama na to the left? To the left talaga. Kasi, ang direction ng test charge sa una, to the left. Sa pangalawa, to the left talaga. So, meaning, to the left talaga yung magiging final answer natin. Okay? Naintindihan ba yun? Naintindihan? Okay, bahala na kayo mag-explain ha, dun sa walong nawawala. Sabi ko sa inyo, wag muna kayo umabset. Ayan. Next. What is the magnitude and direction of electric field at a point midway between two equal and opposite charges of 3.5 times 10 raised to negative 8 coulomb, which are 5 meters apart? So, point midway again. So, makikita natin dyan. So, nasa gitna ulit yung ating test charge. Okay? So, they are 5 meters. So, 5 meters divided by 2. So, ibig sabihin, tig 2.5 yan. Next, what will we do dito sa problem? Ganun ulit. Hanapin ulit natin yung sa E1 and E2. Okay. O, E1 muna. Sa E1, ano ang direction ng ating test charge? O, di ba, syempre, again, baakin nyo. Yan. Ano, nasaan ang test charge natin? Left or right? Okay, right. Papaganyan. Okay. O, E2. Nasa lang ating E2. So, ito. Ano ang direction ng ating test charge? Okay, to the right pa din. Kasi bakit to the right? It attracted kay negative charge. Okay, compute. O, ano yung gagamitin formula? E di yung may R squared. Yung may distance. Okay? Ano yung magiging answer natin dito? Okay. Again, kung ano yung lumabas sa calcu, yun muna ang ilagay. Okay. Ayan, 50.33. Okay, 34 Newton per coulomb. Ano yung sa E2 natin? Negative. Okay, negative 50.34 Newton per coulomb. So dito pa lang, kahit hindi tayo mag-sign convention, alam mo kung saan pupunta ang test charge. Nakikita natin agad kung saan siya pupunta. Alam natin na ang sagot talaga is to the right. Okay? But kung gagamitin natin yung, kumbaga, Lehman's-Stern, yung tamang process. Okay? So, add natin. So, E1 and E2, diba ang ating total magnitude is equal to the summation ng dalawa. Ayan. So, sabi doon sa problem, yung rule, pagka 3 charges, pagka daw to the right, siya ay positive. Okay? Yung E1 natin, positive na ba siya? Positive na. So, as is na yun. Diba? 50.34. Okay na. You do not need to change the sign. Next, E2. Nakita natin na siya ay negative 50.34. Ang rule nga sabi, pagka tatlong charge, pagka daw to the right ang direction ng test charge, kailangan mong i-positive. So meaning, yung negative ay gagawin mong positive 50.34. Okay? Paki-add. That is equal to 100.68 Newton per coulomb, and that is equal to positive. And then kapag nga positive, siya ay to the right. Nagigets yun. Last problem. Okay. We have here a 30 microcoulomb charge is placed at the origin, and a negative 25 microcoulomb is placed 3 meters to the right of it. What is the magnitude and direction of the electric field 7 meters to the right of the origin? O yun ang sabi sa problem. Ano ba itsura ng origin? Okay, kung ito ang Cartesian plane, nasaan ang origin? Nasa gitna. Okay? So, ano siya, ang point niya ay 0. 0. Tama. So, ganun din. Dito sa magiging, natin. Let's say may Cartesian muna. Yan. Kahit itong side lang ng right. Ayan. Teka, lakihan ko ng konti. Ayan. So, origin to, no? 0, 0. Ayan. Nandito daw yung 30 microcoulomb charge. Ibahin natin yung color. Ayan. Anong sign niya? Positive. Next. Sabi dyan, merong negative charge 3 meters to the right ng ating positive charge. Nasaan ba ang right? Di ba pa ganito ang right? Ibig sabihin, 3 meters nandito si negative charge. Okay. Sabi din sa next problem, and next sentence, ano yung ating test charge ay nandoon sa right side of its origin. Gaano kalayo? 7 meters to the right of the origin. So meaning, andito ang test charge. Nasa right side. Positive ulit. So distance mula sa positive at negative charge, sabi niya, 3 meters. So, ito ay 3 meters. Next. Mula positive, mula origin hanggang test charge, 7 meters daw. So, ibig sabihin, mula dito hanggang dito, siya ay 7 meters. Okay? Then, buo na. Ilang charge ulit yung involved dyan? 3, including the test charge. Okay? So, E1, E2, plus yung test charge T. Sorry, sala. E1, E2, plus yung ating test charge na T. Yan. So, ano yung mangyayari natin? Babaakin ulit natin, no? Ang magiging unang part ay yung positive test charge hanggang dito. Next, ito at ito. Naintindihan ba yung gagawin? Ha? Okay. Compute. O, iwan muna. Okay. So that is 5,504. Point, ano yung nakalagay sa inyo? 0.08 Newton per coulomb. Okay? Ano ang direction ng ating test charge? Dito, nasaan yung ating arrow? Nasaan yung ating test charge dyan? Anong direction ito? Okay, right. Yan. Next, E2. Okay. Anong E2 natin? Okay, negative 14,046 point, ano yun, 0.87 o 88. O, 0.88 Newton per coulomb. O, wag malito ha. Distance nito at ito ay 3 meters. So therefore, ang distance nito at ito, so 7 minus 3, that should be 4 meters. Okay? Baka inyong gawing 3-3 ha. Mamamali talaga kayo dyan. Okay? So, maganda mag-drawing kayo ng diagram. Ayan. Ano ang direction ng ating test charge dito? Okay, to the left. So, dito, hindi mo na alam. Hindi natin alam kung ano ang magiging direction. Kasi kanina alam natin eh, kahit hindi naman natin sundin yung conventions, sign convention eh. Siyempre, parehas yung nakatutok sa kaliwa, kaliwa talaga yun. Yung isa, kanan, kanan talaga yun. O dito, pakaliwa, pakanan. Ano masusunod? Okay? So again, total, so E1 plus E2. Okay. So, 5,504.08. Ano nga pagka to the right? Ang direction, anong magiging sign natin? Okay, positive. So, ito ay positive 5,504.08. Next. To the left naman, yung direction. Anong magiging charge na, anong magiging sign natin? Negative. Okay, so negative na to ha. Baka inyong i-times ng negative, mali din yun. So kung negative na, o di negative na, wag mo nang baguhin. O negative 14,046.88 Newton per coulomb. What will be our final answer? Okay, negative 8542.8 Newton per coulomb. Anong sign? Negative. So therefore, ano yung magiging final direction ng ating test charge? To the left. Okay? And then this will be our final answer for this problem. Okay, malinaw tayo. Okay tayo sa electric field. Okay, quick recap. Pag nga ulit, tatlong charge. O pagka 3 charges, positive to the right, negative left. Pagka dalawang charge, walang kinalaman ang positive at negative sa direction. Kasi pagka sinabing positive, siya ay repulsive. Pag siya ay negative, siya ay attractive. Naiintindihan? Okay. Let us move on with wave physics. Para dun sa mga late nakapasok, again, yung the rest of discussion ay gagamitin natin tomorrow sa face-to-face classes. Tuloy po ba ang midterm? Tuloy po. Okay, 10 to 12 midterms. Okay, siguro 10 minutes grace period lang yon. At exactly 12:10 or 12:15, we will start our discussion. Okay. Okay. So let us start with chapter 4. So wave physics is the branch. Anyway, kita po ba ang aking screen? Okay. Is the branch of physics that studies the behavior, properties, and interaction of waves. So basically waves are considered as disturbances. Okay, paggalaw. Wherein it transfers energy from one location to another without permanently transporting any matter. Okay. Examples. So first, of course, sound waves. Okay. So even sound has waves. So syempre, dinadala nung sound waves yung energy throughout the air para marinig natin yung sound. Water waves. So alon. Sa water, sa tubig. Okay? Between this example, syempre, water waves yung pinaka-calming, pinakamagandang i-visualize. Okay? So, syempre, kapag ka may hangin ka towards the water, tendency niyan is gumagalaw. Same with light waves. Okay? This is basically the reason why, okay, kung bakit tayo nakakapag-sightseeing sa everything. Take note, light is an example of electromagnetic wave na kayang mag-transport or mag-travel hanggang outer space. Radio waves. So, syempre, ginagamit yan for several telecommunication services. So, Wi-Fi, your data, even radios. Seismic waves. So, of course, yan ay waves from underneath the ground. So, yan yung mine-measure sa lindol. And finally, electromagnetic waves. So, kabilang na dito sa part na yan yung ating light and then the radio. Ayan. So, syempre, for several applications as engineers, excuse me, since wave is basically the foundation of modern technology, kailangan talaga yan in several applications. So, telecommunications, ayan, acoustics, optics, electronics, as well as geophysics and medical imaging. So, concept ng wave naman. By definition, this is a disturbance that propagates through a medium or space carrying energy from one point to another. Okay? So, meaning, nagpo-propagate siya sa pamamagitan ng isang medium. So, this medium can be different things. Pwedeng hangin, tubig, even bakal pwede. Okay? Or even sa space or vacuum. Dala-dala ng energy. So, one example is, dyan, throwing a stone into a pond which creates ripples. So, syempre, yung bato na i-throw mo, siya yung unang magbibigay ng disturbance. Parang paunang energy ba? Okay? And then, si water yung nagsilbing medium. So, syempre, habang lumalaki na yung ripples of water, ano yung nakikita natin? Kung tayo ay nandun sa pinaka-viewpoint, makikita natin yung layo. Diba? Nagbabounce. Yun yung energy being produced. Next, vibrating a guitar string produces sound waves. So, syempre, yung mga natugtog dyan, okay, kung ano matawag doon, strumming, i-strum natin yung guitar, tendency nun, vibrates, so pabalik-balik lang. And that creates pressure, ay yung pressure, yun yung nagsisilbing driving force in order to create the sound. And then finally, radio stations, which transmits electromagnetic waves. So types of waves. Okay. So first one is mechanical waves. So these types requires a medium to travel. Okay. So in this case, kung walang particle, edi wala ring wave na mangyayari. So example, sound waves, water waves, seismic waves, and waves on string. First characteristics is that it cannot travel in vacuum. So syempre, sa outer space, walang sound. Wala pong tunog doon dahil wala namang hangin. Okay? Kung walang hangin, syempre walang hangin sa space. Wala kang pag-uuntugan. Kumbaga, hindi yung mga particle, hindi talaga uuntugan doon. So, walang mangyayaring vibration. So, meaning, sa space ay total silence. As in, wala. Walang hangin, walang kahit ano. Next, energy is transferred through particle interaction. So, para siyang domino effect. Binangga mo yung una, so yung pangalawang binangga mo, ibabangga yung susunod. Okay. Electromagnetic waves. So, these types of waves do not require a medium. So, they are independent. Kaya nilang mag-travel kahit hanggang vacuum. So, that's why, pinaka-basic example is visible light. Because sabi ko nga kanina, light travels until up to space. Next, radio waves. Diba? Kaya nga mula satellite palabas, mga astronauts hanggang Earth. Ayan. Then microwaves. And then of course, X-rays. So characteristics. So first one, it can travel through vacuum. And then it produced by accelerating electric charges. Next, classification according to particle motion. So transverse waves. So this particle motion is perpendicular to wave propagation. So dito, what would be the movement of the particle? Okay. So in this case, they are perpendicular or 90 degrees. Kaya yan o, 90 degrees. Kung ito yung point of interaction, ito. Ito naman ay dito. Yan. Okay. So, kung yung wave natin is pakanan, okay, tendency naman, no, kung ito yung wave mo ay pakanan, ano yung movement ng iyong particle? Okay. Pataas o pababa. Kasi nga siya ay perpendicular ang movement. Okay, pinaka-example niyan, light waves and waves on a rope. Okay, try mo, 'di ba? Tali mo yung yung pader, yung lubid sa isang pader. Okay? And then yung parang ano bang tawag dun sa exercise na yun? Yung niyuyug-yug mo ba siya pataas pababa? Anong tendency nung um tawag dito? Nung rope, 'di ba perpendicular ang kanyang motion. Ayan. And then we also have anatomy. Anatomy of waves. So there are several parts. So first one would be the crest. Ayan. So kung ito yung wave natin, the pinaka-peak or pinakamataas na point of view, yun yung ating crest na tinatawag. Next, throw. Okay. Siya naman yung opposite point of view ni crest. Kung yung crest ay pinakamataas, si throw yung pinakamababa. And then, amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum displacement from equilibrium. Ibig sabihin, okay, that is the distance mula sa equilibrium line, this one, hanggang crest, or pwedeng hanggang throw. Again, so pwedeng ito yon, distance from the equilibrium line from the crest or from the throw. Yan. And then wavelength, or denoted natin siya as lambda. Okay, lambda. That is the distance between successive crest or throws. So, ibig sabihin, siya yung haba ng isang buong cycle. So, madalas, yung measurement niya is mula sa isang crest hanggang susunod na crest or mula sa isang throw hanggang susunod na throw. Okay, so crest to crest, wavelength, throw to throw, wavelength. Yan yung ating wavelength. Okay, next. Longitudinal waves. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pababa naman yung ating alon o wave. So, in this case, okay, the movement of the particle is parallel to the wave propagation. So, meaning, kung yung wave mo is pakanan, definitely, the movement of your particle is to the left. Magkasalungat. Example, sound waves, then compression waves in spring. Saka nakatala na nag-press ka ng spring and then bigla siyang tumayo. 'Di ba? Ito yung spring mo. Hilahin mo siya papaganito. Ano? Bigla ba yung tatay yung papaganyan? So, syempre, parallel. 'Di ba? Ganun yun, para ma-visualize nyo yung ibig kong sabihin. Okay, parts. Okay, there are also parts. So, first is compression. So, sabi dyan, that is the region of high particle density. Ibig sabihin, in this region, yan, excuse me, ang tawag dito, ang position ng particle dyan is, since sabi dito, high density. Ibig sabihin, high din ang pressure So they are compact. Kung compact siya ay siksikan, dikit-dikit yung position. Okay. Now, rarefaction. So, syempre, parang obvious naman, di ka baliktaran ng compression. Kung yung particle doon is in high density, so dito, okay, scatter naman. Luwag, luwag, kalat-kalat. And take note, in the case of wavelength, okay, sa longitudinal waves, in this case, wavelength is the distance mula compression area hanggang sa susunod na gitna nung mismong compression. Nung ibig kong sabihin, di ba syempre kung itutuloy mo to, tuloy natin ganyan. Ano tong gitnang to? Compression pa din. Ano tong gitnang to? Compression pa din. Ibig sabihin, ang wavelength is mula gitna ng compression hanggang susunod na gitna ng compression. Okay? Paano pagka pinalabel ko yan sa inyo? So, dapat alam niyo yun. Next, wave parameters and equations. So, amplitude, nasabi ko na yan kanina, that is the maximum displacement from the equilibrium. So, unit niya is in meters. So, syempre, the higher the amplitude, the more energy. Wavelength, so lambda. Okay. That is the distance of the entire cycle. Okay. Units, again, is in meters. So, for frequency, sabi dyan, number of oscillations per second. So, meaning, kung ilang ikot o cycle ng wave yung nakaka-flow lagpas sa isang punto, sa isang segundo. Ang unit naman po niya is in hertz. And take note, hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. And then, for the period, okay, so dito, period means time. The time required for one complete cycle. And take note, this is in seconds. Dahil, napakabilis po ng movement ng wave. Next, wave speed. Or parang velocity. So, gaano kabilis yung pagkalat ng ating waves. So, unit niya is meter per seconds. Okay. Bakit meter per seconds? Unit ng lambda, meter. Frequency, cycle per second. So, meter per seconds. Next, angular frequency. So, angular frequency describes the oscillation in radians. So, meaning, ang unit niya is rad per seconds. Panibagong formula ulit. Okay? And then, for mathematical description of the wave, so yung overall formula para mailarawan natin yung isang typical wave at any point of position and time. Okay? Ang gagamitin natin is y is equal to a sine times the quantity kx minus the angular frequency times the period. Ito na yan. Naka-indicated naman dyan kung ano yung mga involved tawag na variables. Of course, A, amplitude. Your x is your position. Your omega is your angular frequency. And then your t is your period. Now, k here, okay, hindi siya constant. Isosolve yan. Okay? So, take note, unit k or wave number is rad per meter. Formula, 2 pi over lambda. Okay, 2 pi over lambda. Sample problem. Ayan. So, a wave traveling along a stretched string has a wavelength of 2.5 meters and a frequency of 12 hertz. Determine the wave speed and the period. So, first given, given natin is the frequency. Okay, so that is your F. And then your lambda, which is your wavelength, that is 2.5 meters. O formula for the period, ng formula ng ating period, T is equal to balikan, nasa inyong ano yan, handout. Ano nakalagay? Period. Anong formula ng ating period dito? Okay, 1 over F. Makukuha agad natin yon. Okay? Makukuha agad natin yung ating period. That is equal to again, true value ang inyong ibigay sa akin. Again, ang unit nito is in seconds. Okay, so while solving, of course, formula for the speed, that is simply, okay, your frequency times the lambda or the wavelength. So, substitute lang. 12 times 2.5. And that is equal to 30 meters per second. And then for the time, anong lumabas? 0.08333 seconds. Okay, so tatanggapin ko kung nakaganyan. Ibig sabihin nito, tuloy-tuloy siya. Pwede nyo gamitin yan. Okay, kasi isusulat nyo lahat-lahat yon. Next problem. An ocean wave travels at 18 meter per seconds and has a wavelength of 6 meters. So determine the frequency and the period. O given. Given na ulit ang wavelength as well as the velocity. We have to find the frequency and the period time. Okay. Frequency. Paano natin kukunin? Ano yung gagamitin natin formula? Okay. V over lambda. Saan nyo kinuha yon? Dito. Pwede nyo manipulate lang. Yan. Ano yung lalabas natin? Nasagot dyan. Anong unit? In hertz. Okay, let's see. Okay, 3 hertz. Next, period. O compute, 1 over F lang yan. So, 1/3. Okay, kahit 1/3 ng sagot nyo, okay lang din. This 1/3 is as is, or 0.33 seconds. Okay, next. A tuning fork vibrates at 440 hertz. Okay. Determine its angular frequency. Take note na ang formula, angular frequency, omega, is equal to 2 pi f. Compute, kindly compute. Unit, rad per second. So, 2,764.0601535 rad per seconds. Next, dito naman, a radio wavelength has a radio wave has a wavelength of 0.75 meters. Determine its wave number. So, the only given here is your wavelength. Okay? So, ang formula nga again, saan nga to kinuha? Doon sa pinakauna, 2 pi over lambda. Okay? So, wag kakalimutan yan. Sayang ang points. Okay. Unit is in rad per meter. Okay? So, makukuha natin na sagot dito would be, okay, 8.38 rad per meters. And the next problem, a sinusoidal wave is described by the function y is equal to 0.04 sine times 5x minus 40t. And then you have to determine the following. So dito pa lang naman sa equation, makikita naman na natin kung ano yung amplitude, the wave number, the angular frequency, and then the ano pa yung makukuha natin dyan? Amplitude. Oh, amplitude, wave number, angular frequency, and then si wavelength naman ay solvable. Anyway, okay ba kayo? Okay ba kayo dito sa part na yan? Naintindihan nyo? Walang nagtanong kung bakit naging 8 pi yun saan galing? Okay, bakit? Diba, syempre, ano ang 0.75? In fraction. That is 3/4. Okay? 2 pi. O, 3/4. Okay. Ano makukuha natin? 8 pi over 3. Nakuha yon. Okay, but regardless of that, ano man gawin mo, yun pa rin ang lalabas. Okay? Ayan, next. So, dito, syempre, ano nga yung ating mother formula dyan? A sine kx minus omega times your period. Ang A mo, your amplitude. So, kita naman natin, amplitude is 0.04 meters. Okay? Wave number. So, that is 5 rad per meter. Yun yung katabi ng X. And then, angular frequency, yung katabi ng period, that is 40 rad per seconds. Now, how about the wavelength? Oh, paano nyo kinuha yung wavelength? Ang formula is, saan natin pwedeng kunin? Pwede sa wave number. Kasi 'di ba, ang formula ng wave number ay ito. Ito. Ano ba ang wavelength, 'di ba ito? Yung lambda. Okay, so manipulating the equation, we will be having lambda is equal to 2 pi over k. O meron naman tayong k dyan. Okay, so 2 pi divided by 5, ilang meters? Okay, 1.27, diba? 275 o 257? Okay, 257 meters. And next, frequency. O frequency, paano natin kukunin yon? So, pwede natin gamitin yung formula nino. Okay. Saan galing yung W over 2 pi? Mula sa formula ng, okay, dito. Formula ng angular frequency. Okay, so manipulating the equation, if we're going to get the frequency alone, that is equal to omega over 2 pi. Meron tayong omega. Anong value ng ating frequency? Okay, that is equal to 6.37 hertz. 6.37 hertz. Then finally, wave speed. So that is your V. Again, V is equal to F times your lambda. O meron kang F, meron kang lambda. What will be your answer? Okay, that is equal to 8 unit meter per seconds. Kahit na iintindihan yung part na yon. Ayan. And then, anong oras na kay 10:12? Let's have at least siguro 10 minutes break. And then we'll continue with our discussion. Okay po? Sige. 10 minutes. Ayun. Tapos na rin. Ayan, hello. Let us continue. Tapusin natin. Hindi naman lahat, pero at least 1/3 2/3 ng ating discussion. Ayan, electromagnetic waves. So, syempre, these waves are composed of oscillating and magnetic fields that propagate through space carrying energy and momentum. So, unlike mechanical waves, so EM waves, it doesn't need any medium to travel. So, kaya nilang dumaan kahit vacuum, okay, with air man o wala. Okay, also, okay, dahil nga sa kanyang properties, okay, sabi dyan, it enables sunlight to reach Earth across the vacuum or of space. So, these magnetic waves, as you can see from the very start, ayan, it was predicted by James Clerk Maxwell through Maxwell equation and were experimentally confirmed by Mr. Heinrich Hertz. So, ayun, nung 1860s, syempre they have unified their both of the theories, okay? Theory of electricity and then theory of magnetism into one. Okay, so doon talaga pinakita nila na ang nagbabagong electric field, no, changing electric fields produces magnetic field. And then vice versa. Okay? Changing magnetic fields produces electric fields. So using in his equation, okay, dito pinaliwanag niya yung speed of light. So C is the speed of light. The formula is equal to 1 over the square root of, ano nga yung mu O? Na-encounter na natin yan ng unang equation, ng mga unang discussion. That is the permeability of our free space. Okay. Ano nga yung value nito? 4 pi times 10 raised to negative 7. Okay. Next. And then finally, yung ating EO, that is your permittivity of free space. Okay, so tinatawag din siya vacuum permittivity or electric constant. Okay, so ang value naman po nito, tandaan, yung gagamitin natin dito is 8.85 4187 or simply, okay, sige, papayagan natin po kayong gumamit 8.85 times 10 raised to negative 12 farads per meter or coulomb squared per Newton meter squared. Ayan. Next. Nature of electromagnetic waves. So, EM waves has the following properties. So, first one, okay, oscillating electric field. Ibig sabihin, okay, and then finally, and then yung pangalawa, oscillating magnetic field. Okay, so dito, ibig sabihin, isa sa mga properties or characteristics that they both holds, unang-una, they are perpendicular to each other. So meaning, electric field and the magnetic field itself, they are always in 90 degrees. So, perpendicular to the propagation, to the direction of the propagation. Meaning, yung parehong field ay perpendicular din sa direction ng ating wave. So, they are transverse waves. So, if we will recall what is transverse waves, okay, sa ay perpendicular. Okay, ibig sabihin, perpendicular yung direction ng ating vibrations. And then, they transport energy and momentum. Next, if an EM wave travels along the x-axis, electric field will be oscillating along y-axis. Tandaan yan. Ibig sabihin, ito ay pataas o pababa. Magnetic field, if the EM wave is traveling along x-axis, direction naman ng ating magnetic field is along z-axis. Diba? X, anong X? Y. Siyempre, di ba pagka 3D, gumagamit na tayo ng Z. So, meaning, yung ating Z is pwedeng palikod, pwede rin na paharap. Ayan. So, that's why, sinusulat siya natin bilang E is perpendicular to B. And B is perpendicular to the direction of the motion because X, Y, and Z is perpendicular to each other. So, yun lang naman ay mga ano lang, mga terms lang naman na we have to consider or understand. Kaya syempre, sa exam, meron naman tayong multiple choice doon. Electromagnetic waves. So, yung kulay blue dyan, ano ang kanyang direction? Vertical. Vertical waves. So, siya yung tinatawag natin as electric field component. Ibig sabihin, ang movement niyan is pataas o pababa. And then, yung kulay red naman dyan, that is our horizontal waves. Okay. So, tendency niyan, anong kanyang movement? Either left, o right. Okay. Kung dito ka nakaharap kung dito ka nakaharap, left or right ng ating z-axis. But then, parehas silang nagmo-move along what? X-axis. So, doon napapakita nila yung movement nila, and then it also determines yung kanilang wavelength. So, depende kung saan sila nakatutok. So, syempre, kung yan ay nakatutok dito sa part na yan, so dito ka syempre magme-measure ng iyong wavelength. Okay? Kung dito naman yan sa pataas, okay? O di syempre dito. And then dito sa pababa. Okay? So, maghahanap ako ng PowerPoint presentation para ma-visualize nyo itong waves kasi hindi siya maiintindihan. Kung tayo pure explanation. Okay. And then di-discuss ko ulit kahit yung mga visuals lang sa Thursday na. Okay. So production at speed ng EM waves naman. So one of its example is mga radio antennas, cell towers, microwaves, X-ray tubes, and lasers. So the state of charge, syempre, kapag ka-stationary, ano yun? Naka-tigil. Naka-stop. Ayan. Naka-stop. Okay. Kung siya ay naka-stop, it only produces electric field. Kung siya naman is a moving charge, okay, so dalawa yung kanyang napoproduce the product. So the electric field plus the magnetic field. And then if it's accelerating, sabihin, it depends kung mabilis o mabagal. So, saka lang napoproduce yung tinatawag nating electromagnetic radiation. Ito yung tinatawag nating electromagnetic waves. Yan. So, again, yung bilis naman, when it comes sa mga constant naman, okay? For a perfect vacuum, yung tinatayang, tinatayang exact speed of electromagnetic waves is equal to 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per seconds. Or more precisely, sabi dyan, 299,792 so 299,792,458 meter per seconds. Okay. For the electromagnetic spectrum, ayan. So hanap din ulit ako ng PowerPoint presentation dito para inyong ma-visualize lang, kahit visualization lang. So dito kasi class, binubuo siya ng mga classification of EM waves depending sa kanilang wavelength and frequency. Okay? So, dito sa diagrams, makikita natin na there is an inverse relationship between the wavelength and its frequency. Siyempre, kung mataas yung frequency, okay, papunta naman siya saan? Sa kanan o kaliwa. Depende. O, depende dito. Diba, ang frequency is in hertz. Okay. So, dito makikita natin kung mabilis yun, may increasing frequency, siya ay to the left. At kapag daw naman i-increase yung wavelength, siya ay to the right. Kaya dito makikita natin na they have an inverse relationship. For the table 1, yan. Ito, pending yan ha. Hahanap ako ng PowerPoint dyan. Discuss natin on Thursday hanggang sound. Okay, so dito naman sa table 1, it composes of the region of EM spectrums. Okay, so depende. Ito naman ay just a representation. You do not need to memorize all of this. Okay. Kung gagamit man tayo nito sa problem solving, katulad nito, mga constant dyan. O, let's say, ika-classify mo anong kulay, nung spectrum, saan pumasok yung wavelength in nanometers. Lumabas doon 586. So, kulay niya, yellow. Tulad nung nakaraan sa prelims. Ibibigay ko naman itong table kung kinakailangan. And then si sound hanggang, hindi ka-counting na yan, sound hanggang innovation plus yung visuals, i-discuss natin ng Thursday. Okay. Ito naman ay more on explanation na lang. And then the rest ay mga supplementary problems. Next week, discuss tayo optics. Di-discuss naman natin to. Kukunti lang din naman tong optics kasi ito ay explanation lang din. So basically, nilook forward na by next week, Tuesday, tapos na natin yung discussion. Ngayon po, syempre, ano yung next week? Siya ay Adweek. Kung Adweek tayo ay online. So, ibig sabihin, wala tayong room. Hindi natin kailangan pumasok pa next week. Kailangan nating mag-alat ng time. We have to be more understanding to each other. Okay? O dahil tayo ay walang room next week, at paano ang schedule ng ating finals? Hapon. Anong oras po? Hapong-hapon. Kasi paano hapong-hapon? Siyempre, mga 5 p.m., labasan na yan. Wala nang room. No? Swerte natin. Pag may nahanap tayo na room na 4 p.m. vacant na. But siguro ngayon pa lang maghahanap na ako ng room next week. But I do not guarantee you na makakahanap ako ng umaga. Okay? Expect na natin na hapon. Kasi may mga nakaschedule talaga ng week na yon. So 2 hours, your finals, 5 to 7, kailan? Either Wednesday or Thursday. So 5 to 7 p.m. That is also beyond my schedule na. So, Kailangan talaga eh. Wala tayong magagawa. Adweek eh. Adweek yung ating schedule next week. Okay? So, kung may mapapaga naman, makahanap tayo, swertehin tayo, o bakit hindi? I-inform ko naman kayo. Yung magiging quiz natin this week, di ba, 2 quiz yon. O, 2 quiz yon na magkasabay. Hanggang quiz number 2 lang. Next week, wala nang quiz. Finals na lang. Okay? So, dapat, confident kayo na kayo ay papasa ng midterm hanggang finals. Yung supplementary problems, ano ba ang concern doon? Eh, bakit ko ba siya pinapagawa sa inyo? Ilan lang ang pumasa sa inyong section? 3 lang? Yung purpose noon, di ba syempre ilan lang ang quiz natin? Di ba supposedly 8? Paano ka tayo makaka-8? Di ba, nagbagyuhan pa. Paano tayo makaka-8? May examen pa. Kaya yung supplementary, pinagagawa ko sa inyo. Pinakopy ko ba ang problem? Hindi na. Tanong na lang. Sorry, solution na lang. O given, solution. O ayaw pa. Ano? Gusto niyo pa makarating ng removals? Ano ba ang passing ng removals? 60. Pag hindi kayo naka-60, sorry, pero kailangan kayong ibaksak sa subject. Di ba yun naman ang rule? Pagka ang passing 60, ilang removals? Isa lang. Hindi naman siya kasama sa grading eh. Choice ko naman yun kung ako magpapa-removals o hindi. Eh kung wala.
Sila na bahala.
Okay? Ilan lang ba yon na natira? Kakaunti na lang. Isusolve nyo ba yan isa-isa? Hindi. Di ba? Lalagay nyo lang yan saan? Sa AI. Kokopyahin. Let's be transparent with each other. Galing na ako dyan. Hindi naman ako nagpapaka-plastic sa inyo. Diba? Gawain din namin yan noon. No? Siyempre, sobrang dami. Ano ko baliw? Uutayin ko yan isa-isa. Kailan ko lang siya aralin? Siyempre, pag malapit na exam. Naging student din naman ako. Hindi man ako para magpaka-ipokrita sa inyo na hindi ko maggawain yan. Diba? Okay lang. Diba? Hindi ko man kayo pinagbabawalan. Ang akin lang, kaya ang purpose niyan, yung isang section nga, kung meron pa daw akong kayang ibigay, kasi hanggang lang daw sila makakabawi. Kasi nakapasa lang sa kanila iisa. Sa quiz, iisa lang din. Eh, akala ko ganun yung magiging impression sa inyo kasi syempre ayoko na nga magpa-removals. Kumbaga maganda pa sana lahat. Wala na akong pagkukunin. Ang papangit pa ng inyong PSET. Yung iba talaga, day before nagsulat. Paano yun? Oh. Diba? Yung trying really talaga extend ng aking tulong towards sa inyo. No? Kasi kaya ako siya pinagawa sa inyo is ang bababa talaga ng inyong mga score. Ang score nito 29. Ang highest ay line of 7. 68. May naka-68. Tapos may naka-69. Ano nga kayo? 06. Congratulations kay Kabiskuelas. Dito ba yun? Kabiskuelas, Tristan. Ito pa pala. Highest pa lang nga sa inyo to. Line of 7 nga. Samson 73. Yung isa ay hindi ko na matandaan kung sino. Diba? Kaya ko kayo pinupush. Pinupush na magsagot na lang. Hindi na nga naka-engineering lettering yun eh. Ang PSET, ipa-follow up na lang. Kasi papasok ko na nga lang sana yun as quiz. Kasi dadalawa yung ating quiz. Eh paano? Kayo bahala kung kayo susulat o hindi. Yung ganun na lang. Wala kayo kung may magsusulat o hindi. But make sure, no? Make sure na ipapasa nyo ang midterm hanggang finals at ang dalawang quiz. At ang PSET nyo ay talagang PSET. Oh, yun, pwede kayo hindi gumawa. Okay lang. Basta yun nga ang condition. Dapat confident kayo na papasa kayo hanggang finals. Ano? Yun lang. Walang problema sa akin. Oh, yun naman, ay tulong ko lang naman sa inyo. No? Nasa sa inyo na yon. Anong gagawin nyo? Sa Tuesday, na ibabalik ko naman ito. Bukas pala. Bukas, babalik ko naman ito sa inyo. Kayo na ang bahala. Ako, 59 ako. No? So, medyo dehado. No? Kayo. No? Wala na sa akin yung decision. Nasa inyo na yan. No? Are there any more concerns? Ano po ang scope ng finals? Electromagnetism hanggang optics. Ano pa pong tanong?
Isang beses lang. Nag-360.
May content pa, yes.
Ma'am, ask ko lang po, since yung sa first quiz po, yung quiz 1 po ay about thermal physics, yung sa quiz 2 po.
Electromagnetism na. Electricity. Okay. Quiz 1 ay chapter 1, quiz 2 ay chapter 2 lang. Buo. Tig 1.5 hours yun. Okay, nataon na bagyuhan. Unfortunately, hindi naman pala totally umulan that day. No, pero wala tayong magagawa. Siyempre, safety is a must. No, bagyuhan that time. Are there any more concerns? Huwag masamain ha. Kung napagsabihan, huwag masyadong masamain. No, it's for your own benefit. Kaya ako kayo sinasabihan. Galing na ako dyan. Kaya ako sinasabi sa inyo. No, yung mga gawain nyo, ginawa ko na rin yan. Siyempre, di ba, kokopihin na lang natin. Kasi nga ayoko nang magpa-removals pa. Pwede rin na pong mahangi. Oo, sige. Bibigay ko yung solution. O yung chapter 2, ano ba yung pinakamaraming supplementary problems? Yung sa ano lang, electricity. And then the rest, nakita nyo ba nung binrowse natin? Isang page na lang, hindi pa nakaabot ng dulo. Hindi ko naman pinakopya yung tanong. Solution lang. Pilasin nyo lang yun. I-attach nyo sa unahan. Yan lang. Siyempre, yun ay nasa sa inyo pa din. Yun naman ay lang, tulong ko lang. Pero kayo pa rin naman yung kung sa tingin nyo talaga, hindi nyo siya kayang isabay sa inyong gagawin, it's up to you. Edi mag-aral na lang kayo ng mabuti. Ayun lang naman. O siya, sige. No, bukas natin pag-usapan yan ng masinsinan, face-to-face, after midterm. Okay? Good luck. Mag-aral lang mabuti for your quiz and midterm exam. Okay po. Thank you.